And welcome back to the Hot Lap. We've got a motorsport news variety edition today because I finished work really late and I do not have the time to separate it all. But big news headlines here, as always, at the Hot Lap. We've got Tom Ingram on pole position. Imagine that. The first pole in the quick six for the qualifying. More touring car news. Jade is back, but not in the role that you think. Also, Ricciardo under pressure. We'll get into that. And last but not least, McLaughlin on pole position for tomorrow's, well, actually today's at the time of recording, at least in the UK, today's IndyCar race. So let's get into Tom Ingram on pole in the quick six, the new qualifying session. So Team Bristol Street Motors, Mr. Ingram, he kicked off his British touring car campaign in good fashion. So far, perfection by getting that pole position. He topped both free practice sessions early in the day and confirmed his speed by grabbing that pole in the BTCC's first ever quick six qualifying. So this format proved apparently hugely entertaining, with the field initially split into two groups for a pair of 10-minute qualifying sessions. It seemed to me a bit similar what they used to do with the GP2 or F2 in Monaco, splitting them up. Now the fastest six of these two groups go into the second segment. Now with a combination though of wet and dry tyre choices due to the weather, it made for a very interesting qualifying. Napa UK's Dan Camish and Team BMW's Adam Morgan were among those first to go in that opening session. I know, absolutely. Giving the opportunity, though, for drivers like Darrell De Leon and Chris Smiley with Restart Racing a chance to shine in their new BTCC teams. Now, the top 12 proved equally exciting as the BTC's big guns made it through to that final quick six. We had Ash Sutton, Turkington, Jake Hill, all joining Ingram, along with people like Andrew Watson. Now, the quick six belonged to Ingram as he pipped his 2023 nemesis Sutton by just 51 thousandths of a second. So, round 1, 2, and 3 of the Quick Fit Touring Car Championship are going to take place today at the time of recording. It's going to be interesting. Now, Ingram said, "It's really great. It's been a winter of hard work to try and improve the car, and everyone in the team has done an incredible job. We've left no stone unturned to make sure we can be as fast as we possibly can. We've come out fighting and started as we mean to go on. I felt good about this weekend, excited, confident. The winter has gone extremely well and everything has gone to plan so far. And what is good is we all thought it's going to be a Ash Sutton mega show, particularly without any hybrid penalties here. But no, it was Tom Ingram on pole. And Ash Sutton said it was mega. It was awesome for the spectators too, in reference to that quick six qualifying, saying he was really happy with where we are. It's a new year and we have to forget last season. Absolutely. And last but not least, Colin Turkington says it feels like a day's work just doing qualifying. I really enjoyed the new format. It was exciting, but we've got the usual suspects in front of me. And he also talked about the weather conditions throwing a curveball. So yeah, absolutely. So a thumbs up, and I think that's really good. A massive thumbs up for the BTCC's new qualifying positions, as in new qualifying regulations, whatever you want to call it. So the top six, or the top people in that qualifying session, if you give me 2 seconds, let's just share the screen. As you can see here, we've got Tom Ingram, Aaron Taylor Smith. This was the qualifying group part 1. We got the qualifying group here part 2. And then obviously you had, everything else. So let me see. Do we happen to have a standings though for qualifying? Let's see. Shall we just go to the homepage? Donington Park, Tom Ingram quick six. No, we don't. Well, as we know, Tom Ingram is most certainly on pole position. Anyway, let's get into our next story, and that's Jade Edwards. Yes, Jade Edwards is back. She posted on her Facebook and Instagram feeds. Let me quickly see here. She said, "I'm over the moon to announce I'll be joining the ITV pundit team for the British Touring Car at select rounds in 2024. She said, kick-starting this weekend in Donington for the opener, I will be part of the BTCC lineup, as well as joining at RJN in the comms box for Sunday's 4 races. I've been part of the TOCA package for most of my life, she said, so I can't wait to get stuck in the new challenge. If the final clip is anything to go by, we are in for some fun. And also, it's we see here, I'm just going to quickly, hopefully, play a quick clip, only a quick one, because yeah, I don't want to get in too much trouble playing the BTCC stuff, but here's
The ITV coverage of the British Touring Car Championship is about to enter the TikTok era. Now, Jade Edwards, please explain to a dinosaur like myself exactly what that entails. What is the TikTok era? How do you access it? And what's going to be available to the viewers?
Yeah, so this is a brilliant aspect that's been brought in by the British Touring Cars, where we can now watch on ITV as normal, but you can also download the TikTok app, which is hugely popular across the world. Follow ITV page and it will show all 30 races live in landscape across the season. So you just need to tune in 5-10 minutes before each race and you can watch all the way through to the checkered flag for all 30 races to watch.
And I tell you what, that is a really important thing in respect of where touring cars are going. They're the first motorsport to be, I think, live over the world and using TikTok. So if you're in a foreign country, you're on holiday, you're not going to miss your touring cars, are you? Next up, we have Daniel Ricciardo. Yes. So Daniel Ricciardo, he is a man under pressure, but he's optimistic of his hopes for an improvement throughout the rest of 2024. As we saw with that change of chassis that he had, he was looking not too bad in the Chinese Grand Prix until he met a Stroll. So the Austrian, he enjoyed a better weekend when you look at it compared to his teammate Yuki Tsunoda. And interestingly, and specifically, and more importantly, that is the first time this year, once again, until he got strolled, he progressed through Q2 while Tsunoda failed to, after struggling to put a good enough lap together. It was almost like the two of them had swapped, and it could be the start of a much needed turnaround for Ricciardo, who may be feeling the force of mounting pressure on his seat at Red Bull. Now, a lack of pace and performance, it's created all these rumours that Daniel Ricciardo is not good enough. Daniel Ricciardo is gone. He is washed out. You've seen all those not very nice comments online. I mean, I hope he doesn't listen to them. Still, though, Daniel's yet to score a point this season, and if there is more to come for the Honey Badger, he most certainly needs to. He said from the get-go, it just felt like we're in a better place and everything came a bit more seamlessly, he said at the Chinese Grand Prix. He said, we did change chassis. I don't want to jump on that and be like, it's definitely that, but something didn't make me feel right with the previous chassis I was racing. I would love to kind of be here in 5 races time and say that, because then it means the season has definitely turned around and I get that monkey off our back. What's weird? 5 races time. I'm not too sure what he means about that. Is that because he has been given like an unofficial ultimatum to get better, to get good, or he's gone? And he says, we'll see in Miami and Imola and maybe the next few races if it continues. Fingers crossed. I really hope it continues, don't we? Yeah. Everyone keep their fingers crossed for Daniel Ricciardo. So, McLaughlin, yes, the man who, well, let's just say the Team Penske man. Team Penske have been all over the news in IndyCar at the moment, and he has got pole for the Barber Grand Prix. So the Team Penske duo of McLaughlin and Will Power began the march forward from what was a very distracting and disappointing week to going 1-2 in qualifying. So the defending race winner, he took pole of a 1 minute 5.9490 around the 2.3 mile circuit. And we're talking, 0.09, just, shy of 1/10 from Will Power. And most notably, it was also the 300th IndyCar race for Team Penske. So this front round lockout delivered what everyone's hoping to be a positive result for the team amid a controversial, stressful week that featured IndyCar officials handing out what was really severe penalties. Joseph Newgarden, the third member of Team Penske, as you know, he was stripped of his St. Petersburg victory, along with McLaughlin's third, after the pair made illegal use of the overtake system. The sad thing is it took over a month to actually work that out. Now, Power also had the same software, but data showed he was innocent of using it wrongfully, and thus he was docked 10 points. All 3 were fined $25,000 each and forfeited their prize money. Now, the breach was not found out until last weekend's round in Long Beach, and the disqualifications were handed out 45 days after the events on Thursday. But let's hope Mr. McLaughlin ends up getting a really good start at the Barber Park. Yeah, fingers crossed. Anyway, that's pretty much most of the motorsport news. I'm so sorry, it's because it's late. It's not too long. Please subscribe if you can. I would really appreciate that. That would be amazing. And we'll speak to you next time on the Hot Lap. Thank you very much.